Reading 12 and 24-hour clock part 1. Today we will learn how time is written and why and how AM and PM are used while writing time.
I want to learn how to dance, but where should I learn? There is a dance school in my colony. You can join there. Even I learned dance there during my holidays. It was a lot of fun. We both can learn together. That will be a lot of fun. Do you have any information about dance class? Yes, I do. I have their pamphlet. Hey, then show it to me. Come home, I'll show you. See, here is the pamphlet of the dance class. Show. They have mentioned the dance style and name of the teacher, but they have not mentioned what time they teach. It must be there. Look carefully. Oh yes, it does not mention the time. Hello, Auntie.
Hello, Neha. What are you both looking at?
Auntie, actually I want to join a dance class.
That is very good. Along with the studies, one should perform other activities as well.
Yes, Mummy. That's why I'm also thinking of learning dance again.
What is there to think? You both can join the dance class together.
Yes, Auntie. That is what we are planning. But the dance class timings are not written in the pamphlet.
Show me. The time of dance class is written on it.
Where?
See here.
This is the time? There is no hour or minute written on it.
Oh, this means you haven't been taught about time yet.
No, Auntie. It's not like that. We know how to tell time.
Okay, then you will understand this easily. See here, it is written batch 1 and the time of batch 1 is written in front of it. From 6 o'clock to 7:30.
So does this mean that these two dots are made in between to tell the hour and minute?
Yes, and these are not dots. This sign is called colon. And for time, hour, colon, minute is written like this on paper. See, it is 20 minutes past 2 o'clock in our house clock. So it will be written like this, 2:20.
Okay, this means that the first batch is from 6 o'clock to 30 minutes past 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Then why have they written this information twice?
Where is it written twice?
See this? The same time is written in front of batch 1 and in front of batch 6. From 6 o'clock 0 minutes to 30 minutes past 7.
No, these two are different timings. Batch 1 is in the morning and batch 6 is in the evening.
How do you know, Mummy?
Because they have written it. Look, in front of batch 1, the time is written as AM, whereas PM is written in front of batch 6.
AM, PM? What do they mean, Auntie?
AM is from 12 o'clock at night to 12 o'clock noon. Hence, AM written to show the time before noon. And PM is from 12 o'clock noon to 12 o'clock at night. Hence, PM is written to show the time after noon.
Whenever the time has to be mentioned, we have to write it with the information whether it is before noon or afternoon.
Yes.
But what does AM and PM stand for?
Full form of AM is ante-meridiem. Ante in Latin language means before and meridiem means noon. So, ante-meridiem means before noon.
Oh, that means the full form of PM would mean afternoon.
Yes, full form of PM is post-meridiem. Post means after and meridiem noon. Hence, PM means afternoon.
This means their batch 3 starts before noon at 11 o'clock and ends at 30 minutes past 12 in the afternoon.
Absolutely right. Now you have learned to read and write time.
Yes, Mummy. Even you can become a teacher.
Today we learned that time is written in form of hour, minute. AM is written in front of the time when time is before noon. PM is written in front of time when the time is afternoon. Full form of AM is ante-meridiem, which means before noon. And the full form of PM Reading 12 and 24-hour clock part 2. Today we will learn how to write time in the 24-hour format.
Vandana, I will not be able to come and play on Sunday. On Sunday, I, Mummy and Papa are going on a trip to Jhansi. We will come back from there on Sunday night. Jhansi has very nice forts. We went there last year. You will enjoy it definitely. How are you going there? We are going there by train. So have your tickets been booked? Yes. Papa booked tickets on the internet and took a print too. What does a train ticket look like? Let me have a look. I have never seen a train ticket. It is with my mummy. You wait here, I will get it. Here are the tickets. One to go to Jhansi and one to come back from there. Let's see what all are mentioned on the ticket. Look, it has Mummy, Papa's and my name written on it. It is also written that this train will go from Delhi to Jhansi. And what is this written? Scheduled departure. What is the meaning of this? I don't know, but the date is written in front of it and something else is written as time, but it is not time. Time must be written in the format of time. It's not. See, the time is written in 45 minutes past 17. Yes, and AM, PM is also not written along with it. Yes, let's go and ask your mummy what is written here. Mummy, it's good you came. We want to ask you something.
Tell me, what do you want to know?
Mummy, this is our train ticket. It has scheduled departure written on it. What does this mean?
Scheduled means fixed time and departure means to leave. So scheduled departure means time fixed for the train to leave. That is, the train will leave from the platform at this time. So we have to board the train before this time.
This means this information is showing the time?
Yes, it is showing both the starting date of journey and time of the train.
Here we have understood the date. But where is the time written?
Look here, Vandana. Time is written right in front of the date.
But it is written 45 minutes past 17.
Yes.
But the time at most is 12. We write 1 after 12, so what does 17 mean?
Oh, now I understand why you are confused. I will clear your confusion. Well, tell me, how many hours are there in a day?
There are 24 hours in one day.
Absolutely correct, Vandana. There are two ways to write those 24 hours. One way is to write AM or PM along with the time, and the second way is to write the time according to the 24 hours.
So does this mean that this is written in the 24 hours format?
Yes.
But how will we know whether it is evening or morning time?
It is very easy. 1 o'clock at night is written as 1:0. Just like that, at 2 o'clock at night is written as 2:00. Till 12 in the afternoon, it is written as 12:00. Now tell me, what is the hour after 12?
It is 1.
Yes. But when the time is written in 24 hours format, then the 12 hours of the afternoon are not written as 1, 2, 3 again. Instead, they are written as 13, 14, 15.
So does this mean that writing in the 24 hours format, 1 o'clock in the afternoon will be written as 13:00?
Yes. And when I saw that our train is at 45 minutes past 17, I said that our train is at 45 minutes past 5 o'clock in the evening.
Because you started reading after 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. That means 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yes, Neha.
Then how will we write 12 o'clock at night?
Why don't you try it yourself?
Okay, if 5 o'clock in the evening is 17, 6 will be 18, at 7 will be 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That is 12 o'clock at night will be written as 24:00.
You found it correctly, Neha.
If it is 15 minutes past 12 o'clock at night, then how will we write it? 24:15?
No, after 12 o'clock at night, time starts from 0. So, if you want to write 1 minute past 12 o'clock, 00:01 will be written.
That means 15 minutes past 12 o'clock at night will be written as 00:15 in the 24-hour format.
Yes. Now that you have understood it, you can look at these tickets and find out when we will leave and when we will come back.
Okay, Mummy. Thank you, Auntie.
Welcome. Today we learned how to write Reading 12 and 24-hour clock, Part 3. Today we will learn how to read time correctly.
Hey Ayushman, why are you sad? Because tomorrow is my cousin's engagement and I will not be able to go. Why can't you go? See Vandana, his invitation card for the engagement. His engagement is happening when I am in school. Show me. Look, their engagement is from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the morning and I am in school at that time. In this card, the time written is from 8 o'clock in the evening to 11 o'clock at night. Who told you that the engagement is during school time? No, it is during school time. Look carefully. PM is written in front of the time. Yes, I saw. PM is written. That's why I am saying the engagement is in the evening. PM is used to mention the time before noon. No, Ayushman. The full form of PM is post meridiem. Meridiem means noon. And post means after. So, PM means afternoon.
Really?
Yes, earlier I too used to get confused, but since I started keeping the full form in my mind, I have no confusion.
Good. This means I can go for the engagement.
Yes, you can go. And you too memorize the full forms of AM, PM.
Oh yes, I have memorized for PM, post meridiem. Now tell me for AM.
Full form of AM is antemeridiem. Now I know meridiem noon. But what does ante mean? Ante is a Latin word which means before. So AM means before noon.
Now I understand and I'll never forget. But the best part is that I can go for the engagement now.
How was the engagement program?
It was very good. And I have got a time-related riddle for you from there. You will enjoy it. Can I ask you the riddle?
Ask.
My uncle was supposed to come for my cousin brother's engagement, but he couldn't come.
Why couldn't he come?
That's the riddle. Listen further. The time written on his train ticket was 20 minutes past 5 o'clock. He reached the railway station at 5 o'clock in the evening. He kept waiting, but the train did not come. He found out that the train had already left. That's why he could not come.
Oh, that was very bad. But what is the riddle here?
The riddle is that he reached the station before the time given on the ticket. The train did not leave in front of him. Then how did he miss his train?
Okay, tell me what time was written on his ticket?
The time written on his ticket was 20 minutes past 5 o'clock.
That is fine, but what was written in front of the time, AM or PM?
Nothing like that was written. Only 20 minutes past 5 o'clock was written.
That means the time was written in the 24 hours format. And in the 24 hours format, if it is written 20 minutes past 5 o'clock, it means that the time of his train was 20 minutes past 5 o'clock in the morning. But he arrived 20 minutes past 5 o'clock in the evening. And the train had already left in the morning. Absolutely correct. Vandana, I knew you could solve this riddle. But from this incident, it is understood that while looking at time, the format in which it is written should be kept in mind.
Vandana said that perfectly. While looking at the time, it should also be noted whether it is written in 12 hours or 24 hours format. AM is used for the time before noon and PM is used for the time after noon.
Reading a Clock Part 1. Today we will learn to read the hour hand of the clock and read the minute hand of the clock.
Hello, sir.
Neha and Vandana, come inside. Tell me, what is it?
Sir, this time for our school picnic, we are going to the amusement park, right?
Yes.
So my father wants to know what is our timetable for that day. Meaning, at what time will the bus leave from school? At what time will it arrive at the amusement park? What time we will have lunch and what time we will return?
All right, Neha. I got it. I have printed a copy of the timetable for all the students. You both take one each.
Okay, sir. We will go now. Sir, why have you kept these two clocks that are not working on your table?
No, Neha. These two clocks haven't stopped. These two are working.
No, sir. See, both these clocks have only one hand.
Yes, Neha. Both the clocks have only one hand, but both the clocks are working. See? This clock only has the hour hand, and this clock has only a minute hand. And the button above these clocks can set the time by rotating these hands.
So, are these two telling the right time?
Yes, these clocks are telling the right time. According to these clocks, what is the time? I will match it with my watch and tell if it is correct or not.
But sir, we do not know how to read the clock.
Why? Have you not been taught to read a clock in your class yet?
No, sir.
Never mind. I'll teach you. Reading a clock is very easy.
Okay, please teach us, sir.
This will be so much fun.
See, first we will learn to see the hour hand. Vandana, please tell me on which number is the hour hand at present?
Sir, is the hour hand in the hour clock?
Yes.
Sir, then the hour hand is at 9.
It means it's 9 o'clock.
Sir, if it were 10 o'clock,
Then the hour hand would have been at 10.
meaning the number of which hour hand is on, that is the time, sir.
Yes.
This is very easy.
Yes, it's easy. Now, with the help of this button, move the hour hand to the place where it would be when it is 2 o'clock.
Okay, sir, I will try. The hand is at 10 right now. Now it's at 11, meaning it's 11 o'clock. Now it's 12 o'clock. Now it's on 1, that is 1 o'clock. Now it has come to 2. Sir, it will be on 2 when it is 2 o'clock.
Well done, Vandana. Look, Reading or seeing a clock is very easy, isn't it?
Yes, sir. But how to read this minute hand?
It is very easy. Neha will read the minute hand. Listen carefully, Neha. The clock has numbers from 1 to 12. The difference between every number is 5 minutes. When the minute hand is on 1, then it is said to be 5 minutes. The same way, when the hand is on 2, then it means 10 minutes have passed. Meaning, multiplying the number where the minute hand is with 5 will tell us how many minutes have passed. Got it, Neha?
Yes, sir. I will try.
Okay, then tell me, which number is the minute hand on now?
Sir, it is now at 6.
Now tell me, how many minutes have passed?
Sir, if the hand is on 1, then it's 5 minutes. Hand is on 2, then it's 10 minutes. Hand on 3, it will be 15 minutes.
That's right, Neha. Just keep multiplying the number by 5. You will find out the minutes.
When the hand is on 4, 20 minutes. When the hand is at 5, 25 minutes. And when the hand is on 6, it will be 30 minutes. So as per this clock, 30 minutes have passed.
Absolutely right, Neha. Now, with the help of this button, move this hand to the number when 60 minutes would have been completed.
Sir, there are 5 minutes between any two numbers. Right now the minutes hand is on 6, then it is 30 minutes. This would mean when the minute hand is on 7, then it is 35 minutes. When the hand will be on 8, it will be 40 minutes. 45 minutes on 9. 50 minutes when the minute hand is on 10. 55 minutes on 11. And it will be 60 minutes at 12. So when the minute hand is on 12, it will be 60 minutes.
Absolutely right, Neha. Now you have learnt to read the hour hand and the minute hand separately. Now I will give you one sheet each. Now draw the time given in the timetable I gave you in the clocks made on the sheet. When you will fill and bring it to me, then we will learn to write both hands together.
Okay, sir. Now we will go.
Today we learnt the number on which the hour hand is at tells the number of hours past, and the number on which the minute hand is at multiplied by 5 will tell the number of minutes past. Reading a clock, Part 2. Today we will learn to read the clock in the form of hours and minutes.
So we have done the homework you gave us.
Which homework?
So you taught us to read the hour and minute hands yesterday and told us to make hour and minute hand on the clocks for all the time mentioned in the picnic timetable.
So, sir, I have made the hour hand according to the time given and Neha has made the minute hand.
Oh yes, show me. Let's see what's the first time. The first time is 7 hours 15 minutes in the morning. Vandana, you have shown the hour hand at 7. And Neha, you have shown the minute hand at 3. These are absolutely correct.
So look at the rest as well.
Yes, I'll see all of them. Yes, all of them are correct. You have learned to read the hour and minute hands separately. And now you can read the clock.
What does that mean, sir?
That means you can look at the clock and tell the time.
Okay.
Look at this clock. A clock has 2 hands. A small hand is an hour hand. The big one is the minute hand. Can you tell by looking at the clock that what time it is?
Let's try, sir. The hour hand is on 1 in this. It means it's 1 o'clock.
And sir, the minute hand is on 2. It means it's 10 minutes.
You both have said it right. Now we will tell the time by putting together the hour hand and the minute hand. That means it is 10 minutes past 1.
Sir, is it really that easy?
Yes, see, I will now turn these hands. Now you tell me what time it is.
Sir, I do not understand now because the hour hand is not at 3, it has moved ahead of 3.
Yes, Vandana. If the hour hand was at 3, the time would have been 3. But because it is ahead of 3, it means that it is more than 3 o'clock and it is behind 4, which means that it is not 4 o'clock as yet.
Well, sir, now it is understood that if the hour hand moves ahead of any number, then how we need to read it. But sir, it is understood from this clock that at this time it is more than 3 and less than 4. But how much more than 3 is the question now?
To tell how many minutes are more than an hour, the minute hand is read. Neha, you read the minute hand.
Sir, it is 30 minutes.
It means that it is already 3 o'clock and it is 30 minutes more than 3 o'clock. If we read the time from this clock, we will say that it has been 30 minutes past 3.
Now we understand a little, sir.
As you practice reading time, you will know how to read a clock fully. Let's read once again. Tell me, what is the time now?
Sir, the hour hand is ahead of 8, which means it has been a few minutes past 8.
Not few, but it's 45 minutes. That is, the complete time is 45 minutes past 8.
Very good. Now you have answered correctly. Tell one more time. This one.
So the time is a little more than 12. Some minute hand is ahead of 2 and has not reached 3. How will you read minutes in it?
Look, Neha, are you seeing these small marks in between the numbers of this clock?
Yes, sir.
Every mark tells a minute. For example, if the minute hand is on 2, we know that it has been 10 minutes. But if it comes to the next mark from 10, we will say it is 11 minutes. 12 minutes will be read on the next. Beyond that, 13 and 14. When it comes to 3, it will be read as 15 minutes.
Got it, sir. According to this, it is 12 minutes now.
So now read the clock and tell the time.
Yes, sir. As per this clock, now it's 12 o'clock and
12 minutes.
Wow, Neha and Vandana. Now you have learned to look at the clock very well. Tell me once, what have you learned today?
Sir, we learned that the small hand in the clock is the hour hand and the big hand is the minute hand. If the hour hand moves ahead of any number, then we will say that the time is more than that number. And to see the time which is more than that number, we have to look at the minute hand. The small marks in the clock shows 1 minute.
Very good. Now you can look at the clock and tell the time.
Thank you, sir. Our class is about to start. We will go now.
Reading a clock, Part 3. Today we will learn the relation between hour and minute hands of a clock.
Sir, we want to know a little more about how to look at the clock.
Tell me, what do you want to know?
Sir, we want to know when the minute hand and the hour hand move forward and what is the relation between them.
If you keep looking at the clock carefully, you will see that slowly, the minute hand moves ahead across the small marks on the clock. When the minute needle reaches a mark, the time from there to when it reaches the next mark is called a minute. In this way, when the minute hand takes a complete circle, then the hour hand reaches from one number to another.
The hour hand rotates very slowly. Probably that's why we can't see it moving.
Yes, yet if you look at the hour hand very carefully, you will be able to see its movement.
Sir, how will you read the time of this clock? 0 minutes past 4 o'clock or 60 minutes past 3 o'clock?
Both are correct, but 0 minutes past 4 o'clock is more appropriate.
How, sir?
60 minutes equals 1 hour. So when you say it's 60 minutes past 3 o'clock, this means that it is 1 hour more than 3 o'clock. As in, it is 0 minutes to 4 o'clock.
I got it, sir. After 59 minutes past 3 o'clock, it is better to say 0 minutes to 4 o'clock.
Absolutely right, Neha. Or we can say it's 4 o'clock. If the minute is 0, then it is not necessary to say it. I will show you one more time on the clock now. Tell me, what time is it?
This is easy, sir. It is 45 minutes past 5 o'clock.
Correct. Now tell me, how many minutes is this less to 6 o'clock?
15 minutes less to 6 o'clock, sir.
Very good, Neha. And we can tell the time in the clock this way too.
I did not understand, sir.
See, when looking at a clock, we read the hour hand first. And according to that, you tell the time.
Yes, sir.
If the hour hand moves ahead of 5 but is behind 6, then it becomes certain that it is more than 5 and less than 6 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Even this is understood.
How much more or less can be found by reading the minute hand?
Yes, sir.
Now you can tell the minutes if they are less or more. As Vandana said, it is 45 minutes past 5 in the clock. This means that it is 45 minutes more than 5 o'clock. And as Neha told that it is 15 minutes to 6 o'clock, that means it is 15 minutes short of 6 o'clock.
Now I have understood, sir.
Tell me, what did you understand?
That, sir, when the minute hand completes one round, then it makes 1 hour. This means an hour consists of 60 minutes. And it can be told taking more minutes to the time like 45 minutes past 5 o'clock or the remaining minutes like 15 minutes left to 6 o'clock. Time can be told in both the ways.
Sequence of events, Part 1. Today we will learn how to do calculation related to time.
Neha, where is your attention?
I'm looking at the picnic timetable and trying to find out what time we should leave the hotel if we have to reach the amusement park at 10 o'clock. Even I'm thinking of how much time we will get to enjoy the swings in the amusement park.
So did you find out how much time we will get?
No, come let's do it together. Okay, show the timetable. Look, our bus will leave at 15 minutes past 7 o'clock and will arrive at the hotel at 35 minutes past 7 o'clock, where we all will have our breakfast. Now Neha, first we have to see how much time our bus will take to reach from the school to the hotel.
Look at the minute hand when the time is 15 minutes past 7 o'clock, then the minute hand is at 3, and when it is 35 minutes past 7 o'clock, then the minute hand is at 7. We only have to find the difference between minutes now.
The difference from one number to another number is 5 minutes. This means that while going from one number to another number, we keep adding 5. When the minute hand is at 3, we will consider that time as 0. It takes 5 minutes to reach 4 and 10 minutes to reach 5. In the same way, it takes 15 minutes to reach 6 and 20 minutes to reach 7. This means the bus is taking 20 minutes from school to reach the hotel.
This was really very easy. Now we know that we have to reach the amusement park at 10 o'clock. If we also know how long it takes to go from the hotel to the amusement park, then we will be able to tell at what time we should leave the hotel.
Sir has said that it takes 55 minutes from hotel to reach the amusement park.
Then let's do one thing. Let's draw 10 in the clock and then rewind the minutes hand 55 minutes behind.
Do you remember that? The difference from one number to another number is 5.
Yes, I remember. Now look carefully. I drew 10 in the clock. Now let's rewind the minutes hand until it's 55.
Okay. 5 minutes when moved from 12 to 11. 10 minutes when moved from 11 to 10. 15 minutes at 9. 20 at 8. 25 at 7. 30 at 6. 35 at 5. 40 at 4. 45 at 3. 50 at 2. And it will be 55 minutes at 1.
This means the minute hand will be at 1 when it is 55 minutes before 10 o'clock. This means we have to leave the hotel at 5 minutes past 10 o'clock.
No, Vandana, this is incorrect.
How is it incorrect?
5 minutes past 10 o'clock means it is after 10 o'clock, whereas we have to leave 55 minutes before 10 o'clock.
Oh yes, but where was the mistake made?
Look, you have moved the minute hand behind, but you forgot to move the hour hand.
Oh yes, it's 9 o'clock before 10 o'clock. This means we have to leave the hotel at 5 minutes past 9 o'clock so that we reach the amusement park at 10 o'clock.
Yes, now it seems correct. Let's go and tell this to Sir.
Neha, I had asked you to find something. Did you find it out?
Yes, sir. If we have to reach the amusement park at 10 o'clock, then we will have to leave the hotel at 5 minutes past 9 o'clock.
Very good. I called the office of the amusement park. They said it takes 20 minutes to get the group tickets done. So can you tell me at what time we will get entry in the amusement park after we reach the amusement park at 10 o'clock and get the tickets?
Yes, sir. For this, we will draw 10 on the clock and after that, we will move the minute hand 20 minutes ahead.
When we take the minutes hand from 12 to 1, then it will be 5 minutes. Taking it from 1 to 2 will make 10 minutes. On 3, it will be 15 minutes and when the minute hand reaches 4, it will be 20 minutes.
This means after reaching there at 10 o'clock, if we take another 20 minutes to get the ticket, it will be 20 minutes past 10 o'clock by the time when we get entry inside the park.
Neha and Vandana, you are absolutely right. Now you have learned how to tell time. Okay, I'll go. You two go to your class.
We calculated 3 things related to time.
3. Which ones?
See, first we were given the start time and end time. We found out how long it would take. After that, we knew what the end time is and how long it takes. Through that, we found out the start time. And lastly, we knew the start time and the time it would take to complete the work. With that, we have found out the end time of the job.
Oh yes, I didn't pay much attention to it.
Sequence of events, part 2. Today we will learn how to calculate the time related to completion of tasks.
Let us ask each other some questions related to what was learned last time. It will be so fun.
Last time we learned 3 things. First, if the start time of a task is known and how much time it will take to complete the task, we can tell the end time of the task.
Second, if the start time and end time of a task is known, Then we can tell how much time it will take to complete the task.
And third, if the end time and how much time it will take to complete the task is known, then we can tell what was its start time.
So let's ask questions related to these 3 points.
Alright, Vandana, first let us find out how long our lunch break is.
Look, our lunch break starts at 10 minutes past 12 o'clock and ends at 30 minutes past 12 o'clock.
Come, let's draw them first. So this is the start time of our break. And this is the end time of our lunch break.
Now look, the minute hand is at 2. From here to 3, we will count 5 minutes. Till 4, it will be 10. Just like that, 15, 20.
This means our lunch break gets over in 20 minutes.
Now let us find out the class which is for 50 minutes. At what time will it finish if it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning?
In this, the start time of the class and how much time it will take to end is known, and we have to find out what time will the class end.
Look here, I have drawn the start time of the class in this clock, and we have to find out what will be the time after 50 minutes.
Yes, so for that we will look at the minute hand. Right now the minute hand is at 12. When we bring it to 1, it will be 5 minutes. When we bring it to 2, it will be 10 minutes. 15 at 3, 20 at 4, 25 at 5, 30 at 6, 35 at 7, 40 at 8, 45 at 9, and it will be 50 minutes at 10.
This means our class will end at 50 minutes past 9 o'clock. And we can also say class will end 10 minutes to 10 o'clock. Yes.
Now tell me, to come to the amusement park tomorrow, we have to reach school at 7 o'clock in the morning. And if we take 30 minutes from home to reach school, then what time we have to leave from home?
For this, first we will draw 7 o'clock in the clock. After that, we will reduce the time it will take to start from home to reach school.
Right now the clock is at 12. To subtract 30 minutes, we will get it from 12 to 11, which reduce 5 minutes. When it comes to 10, then 10 minutes. 15 at 9, 20 at 8, 25 at 7, and 30 minutes when it reaches 6.
This means tomorrow we have to leave home at 30 minutes past 6 o'clock without fail. Today, we got to know that tomorrow we have to leave home at 30 minutes past 6 o'clock.
Today we learnt how to do calculation related to time. Sequence of events, Part 3. Today we will learn about one mistake related to reading the clock.
From home, I reach school in 2 minutes.
I take 10 minutes and we both reach at the same time. Then how does it take you 2 minutes? Even you should take 10 minutes, no?
No, it only takes me 2 minutes and it takes you also 2 minutes.
I told you it takes 10 minutes for both of us.
Oh, why are you two fighting? Look, Reyansh does not even know how to read the correct time.
I know how to read the time. Ayushman doesn't know.
Can someone tell me the complete thing? I leave my home at 9 o'clock and I reach here at 2 minutes past 9 o'clock. So is it not 2 minutes?
Do one thing. Draw the time at which you reach here and show it.
Okay, take a look. When I walk from home, the hour hand is at 9 and the minute hand is at 12. Then when I reach school, the minute hand is at 2. So it's 2 minutes, no?
Vandana, now you explain it to Ayushman.
Ayushman, then can I say that when you start from home, the time is 12 minutes past 9 o'clock? How? See, when you start from home, the minute hand is at 12. So that is 12 minutes past 9 o'clock, right? How is this possible? How can I reach here before time when I start walking at 12 minutes past 9 o'clock? This means that you are making some mistake when reading the time. So then how to read the correct time? The numbers written in the clock show the hours and not the minutes. Then how do we read the minutes? It is very easy to read minutes. The minute hand takes 5 minutes to go from one number to another. That's why when the minute hand moves from 12 to 1, then it is not 1 minute but 5 minutes. Just like that, when the minute hand reaches to 2 from 12, it has been 10 minutes. This means it takes me 10 minutes from home to reach school? Yes, and this is what I was trying to tell you. Then you should explain it the way Vandana has explained.
Today we learned about one mistake when reading the clock so that we do not repeat the mistake.